to Indian realities. With over a decade of experience, Devamira sir, along with his wife Srimati Shravaniya Devidasi Garu, helps couples build resilient love through premarital coaching and conflict to connection programs. He also guides teams and leaders to escape the drama triangle and cultivate emotionally intelligent work cultures. His mantra is, don't fight to win, but fight to understand. If we are ready to turn our frictions into a fuel to connection, Devamira sir is our guide. I now introduce Sri Venudari Prabhu Garu. Venudari Prabhu Garu is currently heading the National Bureau Office of ISKCON India by Honorable Chief Minister. He is also a part of team of 5 IITians who are spearheading the development and outreach activities at ISKCON Vijayawada. Sir, it's a great honor to have you with us, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Stage is all yours, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to a different flavor of chartered accountancy. So, in all my years of being a chartered accountant, maybe I cannot say I'm very good at being a chartered accountant, but I just realized that conflicts never left me, either when I was a student, either when I got married, either when I started practicing. Conflicts somehow stuck to me, never leaving me. So in all my work, filing returns and doing audits, I realized that something has to be done. What's wrong? What's happening? Something is amiss somewhere. And in that process of trying to find the answers, I came upon many teachings, many learnings. I learned a lot, started practicing about relationship management. And one of the many paradigms involved in relationships, one of them which is most common is anger, right? I would request all of you to respond to me from time to time. So you agree this is a common problem with all of us? Yes? What do we do when we get angry? Before you answer, I'll tell you, before you answer, what do we normally do when we get angry? We shout. This fellow is doing the same. While shouting, there is something special which is coming out of the mouth. And this type of shouting, what does it do? What does it do? This type of shouting. You can see? Sir, this is a very important point. I will address this point later on. This is a very important point. What is coming out of the mouth of this gentleman? Fire. What would fire do? Burn others. We cook food. So better is if we direct our anger towards food, it will be cooked, rather than directing it to people and cooking their hearts and the relationships. You are with me?
Sometimes anger is necessary.
Sir, the absolute perfect point. Anger is necessary. And that is why the theme, anger has to be expressed fully. Hitting, blaming, shouting, abusing. This is superficial expression of anger. We need something better. Why? Has Anybody, just see, at any point in time, has hitting, blaming, judging, abusing helped in any way? Has it ever helped anybody? Anybody who can say that these type of expression of anger has helped me? Anybody?
Sometimes it helps.
And that is the same point here. And sir, I'll tell you that sometimes intermittently it may help. In the long run it may not help. We'll see ahead.
So, angers are building war zones in the world. Momentary help.
Momentary help. And we can do something if many people start following what sir you are saying is, maybe those war zones may come down.
That is necessary today in the world.
Thank you, sir.
War zones are going to build the nuclear winter shortly.
And that is the reason why we are studying anger management.
Clouds get disturbed and they bring so much of winter down to the earth.
Correct.
Which are going to be harmful every year.
And we are doing something now to keep that down. So now let me get your attention back. Is there another way of expressing anger which we use? One, ma'am, you expressed shouting. Any other way? Any other way we use of expressing anger?
Take a chicken hit.
Part of this?
Take a garden bite.
Part of this? Crying? Keeping silence. So, another way is to somehow ignore my anger or either suppress my anger or repress my anger. Any difference between suppression and repression? I'll tell you, simple. Knowingly trying to suppress my anger, knowingly I am pushing my anger down. That is suppression of anger. And a regular habit of suppressing my anger leads me to repression, where unknowingly I start repressing my anger. Like something which happened to me in childhood. Now it doesn't come up. Now my body, my external awareness has realized that no need for bringing that up now. Some bad incident happened when I was a young child. It's not there in my external awareness. But that doesn't mean that that hurt and that trauma is not there. Please be with me. Suppression or repression of anger, crying is one of the ways where you are not able to do anything and you are crying. Internal or external. Women have the facility to cry externally. Men generally don't have this facility. Our society is structured in such a way, a very simple example. If a lady is crying today, 10 people will come and say, what happened, my dear sister, how can I help you? Just imagine a man standing on the road and crying. Everybody will laugh. This person is, are we not human beings? Don't we have emotions? But men cannot cry. This is how the society is. And women cannot express their needs. Men cannot cry, women cannot express their needs. All ladies here will agree with me. Anybody, any lady who is not agreeing with me when I say women cannot express their needs? No one. I'll come to that, sir. So, the most important part is, how do we express anger fully? Shouting is not helping. Repression and suppression, what does it do? What does repression and suppression do?
It will burn ourselves.
It will burn ourselves. We will fall sick. Stress. Anybody who is not in stress here? Anyone who is not in stress? Jai. Exceptions are always there. So, now how do we become like sir? Out of all of us, only one person is de-stressed. All of us are stressed. How do we follow his footpath? So, the most important thing is, technology is a person. It may work, it may not work, depending upon his Pointer. Please check. So, yeah, the next slide, till the pointer comes back. Anybody operating the slides? No. Okay, anyway, we'll continue without the slides. So, suppression and repression will create physical problems, mental problems, take medicines, or at one point in time, we burst out. Working?
This one is working.
This one is working. Okay, thank you. So, how do we fully express anger? Is the point.
By keeping silent.
That is suppression, repression. If we don't want suppression, repression and expression, suppression, repression and expression, they are not helping us. What is the best way to fully express anger? Do you feel it is important to learn this? Yes? We'll move on. What happens when we get angry? We have to understand the anatomy of anger. You all are chartered accountants. I am not a doctor, I am a fellow chartered accountant, but I can tell you some few basic, very important things. Why do we get angry? Why do we get angry? We get angry because the other person is saying or doing something. Agreed? Saying or doing something or not saying or doing something. Agreed? Fully agreed? The other person is the cause of my anger always. Anybody who doesn't agree? The other person is the cause of my anger. This is the problem. If we can understand this one point in whatever time we have together, we have made an amazing self-discovery. The other person, please hear this extremely carefully. The other person is never the cause of my anger. What are you saying?
Obviously, inner space.
The other person is never the cause of my anger.
Your own Atma. Naresh Atmana
We'll see. So, before I lose your attention, please be focused that the other person is never the cause of my anger. Is there a way I can prove this to you? Let me give you an example to prove this to you. I am supposed to come here. Let us assume that I am supposed to be here at 12 o'clock to give a presentation. Now, on my way to come here and give a presentation, the vehicle in which I was coming spoiled and I got delayed. I came here not at 12, I came here at 12:30. Half an hour, all of you were waiting for the presenter to come and present something. Now let us assume that in that group, there are three types of people we will find. One is this gentleman here. He had told me that I should be here at 12, before 12, so that we start on time. And because of the relationship which we carry, he understands the importance in our relationship that I should value what he has told me, what his request is with me. And when he sees me coming in at 12:30, will he be angry? He will be angry? He will be angry because I have come late. The cause of his anger is my coming late. There are other people in this group who wanted to use their time to the best efficient manner. And they were not angry, they were frustrated. Why this fellow is late? And there were a third type of people in this group who needed that half an hour to attend to something very important, emergency which had come up. And they felt happy that I was half an hour late. So now my being late is a fact, which is creating anger here, which is creating frustration there, and which is creating happiness there. How can my coming late be the source of his anger? Otherwise, everybody should be angry to the same degree. Why this disparity? Because my coming late is a trigger, it is a stimulus, it is not the source of anger. Are you with me? Please, I will repeat this maybe 10 times more. Why? When we put a nail, how many times do we have to hammer to have a strong grip? So I will nail this thing down 10 more times minimum with all of you. The other person is never the source of my anger. The source of my anger is what?
Their own Atma.
So, I'll quickly move on. We have a lot of things to cover. So if someone is late, if you can see the slide, if someone is late, somebody is happy, somebody is not so happy, somebody is angry. This is very important. It is not the behavior of the other person, but our own needs that cause our feelings of anger. Let me take you to one more scenario. Please be with me. Initially I will just speak more and then I will take you to the styles. Now he is angry. Now when he is angry, what does he actually need? Being my very close friend and God brother, he expects that I take care of his commitment. That yes sir, we will be there at 12 to make the presentation. He expects that, so what is his need? His need is that I value this relationship and his commitment. That is why he is getting angry. And that is why the others are feeling frustrated, because their need is to spend their time in a constructive manner. And third part of the people are feeling happy because they got time to do what they most required at that point in time to do. So now if we have to express anger fully, we need to learn to separate the stimulus from the cause. Please be with me. Separate, distinguish the stimulus from the cause. My coming late is only a trigger, it is only a stimulus. The cause is this person's internal needs. Anger comes because of non-fulfillment of my internal needs. Does it make sense to you? Make sense? You are with me? Make sense? Caught you on the wrong time. I have this, we are auditors, na? We actually go where to go and look. So, just joking, huh? Yeah. So, what is important is to find out the trigger and separate it from the cause. Now, what happens is, when I get angry because somebody has not done something, what happens is this. This is our external expression of anger. Matajis are loving this photograph. Basically, now please again, our anger arises from the image which I hold for the other person and my interpretation of that particular situation. This person holds me very close to his heart like a brother, and he expects that I will pay proper respect for his commitment. So his image for me is that this is my dear brother. And my coming late is the interpretation which he makes that this, my dear brother, is not caring for me. And the thought that this person is not caring for me is creating the anger. Not my coming late is creating the anger. Are you with me? Does it make sense? Please take a deep breath and try to absorb this. This is very important. This is such a small detail, extremely important detail. Anybody who is not married here? Not married? Oh, I can't see you so happy. Somehow get them married, bhai. Please. I will feel envious. How can you be so happy? That is why you have such a bright smile. So people who are married know this fact absolutely, and that is why very important for them to learn. My spouse is not the cause. My image, the image which I have for my spouse and the circumstances create, that creates my anger. We call in psychology a term called core negative image. Core negative image is defined as the exaggerated version of my spouse at his or her worst. The exaggerated version of my spouse at his or her worst. We carry such type of images about each other. This person is like this only. He's like that only. Do we have images for everybody in our brains? And our anger arises from those images. So he had an image. He was angry. The other people who they had no idea who I am. And they had no image for me. They were not angry. It comes from the image which we carry, especially for our spouses, my favorite topic.
Sir, my problem is, I am peaceful and comfortable. All are getting angry, what is the way out?
Sir, please continue with me for a few minutes and you will get the answer. So, sorry. So, now what happens is, now he is angry. Now when he is angry because of his thoughts. And now, please read this last line. Now, I want the other person to be punished. My anger will cause the other person to be punished. This important concept that he has done something wrong. Now he needs to be punished. He or she. No gender bias. And we use our energy in trying to punish the other person, depending upon the degree of my anger. Don't you feel we do that? Anybody who says we never do that? We start going to a route where we start disciplining the other person, so that next time you don't give me the trouble which you have given me this time. Has it ever worked? Anybody who says, has it ever worked?
Sometimes.
That part I will tell you, sir. Let me tell it now only, sir. 2 times it has come up. When I induce blame, guilt, or use my power up position to show you that you are down, I am up, you are supposed to do this, that person will do it out of fear, guilt, shame. He will never do it from his heart. He will do it because he has to do it. He will never do it from his heart. And that is why in the long run, we will never have a strong relationship. At the first available opportunity, that person will like to either harm you back or try to run away from you. So many times we see in dealing with team members, employees, so many times we see this. Particularly employees. Because they have no authority to tell you, I need salary. So this doesn't work in the long run. Make sense, sir? So this is the area where we feel and we start putting our energy. Now, instead of explaining, this person had to do only simple one thing. Explain to me, just share with me his anger. How can he do that fully? He can come and tell me, I am expecting you to come on time. What face do I show to the managing committee here? I treat you close to my heart. And I'm pained because you have not come on time. Rather than doing that, this is proper expression of anger. Rather than doing this, what we normally do, hey you fellow, you are always late, you don't understand, you are like this. We start judging, blaming and fault finding. Not just that person, the character of that person. My husband is always lazy, irresponsible. All married women may agree with me. All married men, they say, my wife is always nagging, criticizing, complaining. All men do agree.
Marriage is necessary, boss.
Oh, if the wives are here, then you may not agree. But no problem. We will talk about it. So many things to talk. We'll talk slowly. Let me just complete. So generally, group averages, always we see it is like this. People are there. So our expression of anger should be based, expressing fully, should be based on what is happening with me. What is the trouble I am facing? What am I feeling? Rather than blaming or criticizing the other person. And as soon as we start blaming and criticizing the other person becomes defensive and he will never understand what trouble you are going through. Make sense? Are you with me? He will never be in a position to understand what hardships you faced and why you are feeling what you are feeling. Because rather than expressing your feelings and your needs, you have started judging him, blaming him, finding fault with him. And there goes the disconnect. In such a way, the relationship can never be made strengthening, can never be made strong. No problem. So it's not what the other person does, but the images and interpretations in my own head that produce my anger. I don't know if you can see this clearly, but the thoughts go like this. They did this to me. How dare they? Then they did that. How dare they? This is all going on inside. Internal dialogue, which we are seeing externally. They are so and so. They are a real bunch of so and so. You fill in the blanks. They think they can act like me like this. Wait till I show them. I'll show them. Wow. I'll never step foot there. I'll show them. This is my anger. They should have done this, or they should have done that. See, these are the thoughts. These are the judgmental thoughts running in my head. Very easy to understand for people who are married. No extra hard work required. Anybody wants to understand, just call their spouse right now. Immediately you will understand. This is what normally we do. What happens is, there are physical sensations in the body When you are angry, you can see the physical sensations. Neck, back. The research shows 1 hour of angry interactions, 1 hour of angry interactions is equal to 1 full day's work in the agricultural field. You got this? One hour of angry interactions will expend that amount of energy which you will spend in working the entire day in the agricultural field, doing agriculture activities. That is the quantum of energy which you will lose. That is the quantum of stress which you will have. So then those emotions coming in, and then there are mental, and then there is a surge, there is a deep urge from within to act or to say something. There is a deep surge. As soon as there is something wrong, there is a negative image for that person, I interpret, and now there is a deep urge within me to say something, to do something, even to the degree of physical harm. That surge, that urge, that strong mental force, in Sanskrit is called a vegam. There is a veg for speaking, there is a veg for tasting, there is a veg of the mind. And that is this mind state. Pointer doesn't work anyway. So this mind state, and then the emotions within. This is what anger is happening. We are finding faults with the other person. We are trying to choose, we are playing the game of the supreme judge, that this person is wrong, he's lower, I am higher, I am right. And that person deserves to be punished. That is how violence starts. This is where violence starts. The other person deserves the punishment. This other country deserves to be bombed. This other, my husband or wife deserves to be spoken to like this. This deserving, they deserve because they have done something wrong. This is violence. And when we are judging or blaming anybody, will they ever be in a position to understand my problem? This is what you have to ask yourselves. Please ask yourself this question. Whenever I am angry, I have a judgment or a blame because according to me, this other person is the cause of my anger. When I express their judgment or blame, will they understand my pain? I am acting in ways in which I am only stopping them from understanding my pain, and which I really want. That is the superficial expression of anger. Make sense? Are you all with me? Lost? Anybody lost? Anybody interested? Nobody interested. Just to make sure nobody is sleeping. So please, use anger as a wake-up call. This is a speedometer of the car. What is this? What is this? Malfunction of the engine. Service indicator. Now let me do one thing. While driving the car, this light has gone up. Let me break this light. My car is fine. Why? There is no more indication. My car is fine. You agree with me? No? Why? The light is glowing, telling me there is a problem. I have broken the light. Now no more problem. This is what we do with anger. Anger is coming, let me blame and judge the other person, break the other person. Now there is no problem. This is what I am telling you. We don't need to deal with anger like this. It is a wake-up call to tell us that there is something which you are missing in your life. Some needs are not being met. So instead of righteous anger, focus on what you need actually. Rather than trying to discipline others, focus on what you need at that point in time. This may take a lot of practice, but it is worth the practice. It was worth studying for the CA exams. It was worth giving foundation and inter and final. I never cleared in the first attempt, so it was worth failing. It was worth getting an exemption sometimes in audit and then again failing in accounts. Accounts is not my cup of tea. And again then passing. It was worth it. This practice is also worth it. Rather than saying, I am angry because you, because they, let us practice. I am angry because I need this. I need some care. I need some acknowledgement. I need my opinions to be valued. I need some respect. This is the proper, full expression of anger. This is a needs and feelings tree. Let me briefly explain this to you. We all as humans have needs. The needs to be loved, the need for connection, the need for peace, the need for community, the need for play, the need to matter. Just bringing in a couple's special. Majority of the couples, when they fight and speak to each other in all the beautiful language they can, the real meaning what they are telling to each other is, do I matter for you, my dear wife or my husband? You agree with me? Do I matter for you? You act in such ways that I have this question, that do I really matter for you? These are our needs. And then we'll keep fighting on details. You said this, you said that, I never said this, I never said that. The real need was the need to matter. This is how these needs are there. Honesty, growth, shared reality, trust, autonomy. There is a need for autonomy. Every time everybody micromanaging, it is not going to work. Meaning, physical well-being, healing, all these are needs. These are the needs which nourish our life. If our needs are fulfilled, we feel happy, elated, energetic, fascinated. See, the tree of life becomes full green. If our needs are not met, we come into the desert of our life, where we feel not cared for, not loved for, not acknowledged. And our life becomes like this. Which life would you like to live? This life or this life? Tell me. Anybody who would like to live that type of a life? A life with a heavy heart? What to do? Please express your needs. Please focus on your needs rather than focusing on the judgment about somebody else. You are like this, you are like this, you are like this, you are like this. Rather than this you, let us focus on me. What are my needs? It is below the ground. It is inside. Let me express my needs. And that is the full expression of anger.
Punishment and punishment are parts of life. Sometimes you will live with sometimes it's full live.
Sir, thank you so much. Wonderful. Jai. Thank you, sir. And sir, this is the point which I was mentioning before that will come. That if we force on a power-up position, it fosters fear and guilt and doesn't take us in the long run. We may win initially, but ultimately we lose in the relationship. If I foster guilt and get things done through somebody, you don't love me, na? You don't love me, na? If you love me, you'll get me something nice. Any husband who has heard this before? No, don't raise your hands.
Conflicts and affinities are common in life.
Sir, just allow me to complete this. Then I'm fully there for you. I'm not leaving till tomorrow. Don't worry. So, meeting needs, expressing our needs is the full expression of anger, rather than having this core negative image about the other person and behaving from that negative image towards the other person. That is the simple message. The more people hear blame, the more they will not be able to understand what is going on with you.
You learn how to absorb anger. Don't absorb.
That is what we are trying, sir. So, the more we try to blame the other person, the more the other person will not be able to understand what is happening with you. Rather, the more we express our needs, the more higher possibility that they can understand our pain. And this is what we actually want, that other person to understand my pain. Time. 1. We have to go on, we can go on till, oh thank you so much. Sir, we can go on till what time? It's 1 o'clock right now? 1:15. I have already given you my message. I am repeating it now again and again. Proper expression, full expression of anger happens when we express our needs. The more we express blame and judgment towards the other from that negative image, the more they will not be able to understand our pain. And because they are not able to understand our pain, we start raising our voice. Because they are not understanding. Then still they don't understand. Now because they have become defensive. Because we are judging, blaming, so now they have become defensive. They are not understanding. Now more I am raising my voice. Now more I am raising my voice. And the next level is physical harm. Because I want them to understand my pain, they are unable to understand my pain. Why? Because I am only keeping them away by judging them, blaming them, finding faults with them. As simple as this. So now, I will take you to 4 steps how to express anger fully. Just systematic 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps. Before I take you there, I will tell you one more important small thing. Whenever there is a difficult message coming my way, somebody is speaking, harsh. Example, husband, wife. What happens? How do we normally react? Please try and understand. If there is a difficult message coming my way, all these ways we hear difficult messages. We have these 4 ways of responding. This is how we normally react in first 2. We blame the other person, or we blame ourselves. Requesting all of you to try and avoid these 2. Requesting you to try to follow these 2. Please go to your own needs. This person is shouting at me. What are my needs? My need was to be understood that I was stuck up because of no fault of mine. Why is he saying that I don't care for him? Why? But he is in a lot of anger. So before wanting to be understood, I need to understand him. Empathy self, what I needed understanding for what happened with me, and then I could empathize with him, that he needs to be reinforced, reassured that I still respect him and take his commitment seriously. Please avoid this. We are very expert in blaming others and blaming self. Again, this will take a lot of practice. Please focus on needs. My own needs and the other person's needs. Blaming is not going to help us. Maybe this is the nth number of time I'm speaking the same thing. I told you, I'll keep hammering this. Sense your own feelings and needs, sense others' feelings and needs. Now, the concluding part. Practically, what to do? All this theory is there. Now, practically, sir, how to implement? Please tell us. The theory makes sense up till now? I'll give you 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step number 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go to step number 1. 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 Step number 1.
Stop breathing, you will die.
Step number 1.
Right?
Step number 1. Step number 1. Why am I saying this again and again? Please, step number 1.
Die organs.
Step number 1.
Stop breathing and die organs.
Step number 1. Please, I told you, the mental urge, the vague to act and say and speak and do something to punish the other one. Please don't act on that. This is step number 1. Don't do that. It is a very strong force to punish. Parents here, parents? I'm doing this just to make sure nobody's sleeping again. Parents, it is very easy to give a tight slap to your child. Very easy to do it. I'm not going into parenting, it is a big topic. But I'm telling you, it is very easy to do that. It is very easy to tell your wife that you are critical, nagging, always complaining. It is very easy to tell your husband you are completely irresponsible, you are a man-child. You are just so many years old, actually you are a child. Very easy to do these things. Don't do it. How do you do a don't? How do you do a don't? Take a deep breath and zip. Don't speak. If you lose this first step, you will not be able to express the anger. You will enter into a fight, enter into a conflict. That is why step number 1. Step number 1. Energy. Energy low. Lunchtime near. Energy low. Please stop. Don't go that way. We refrain from making any move to blame or punish the other person. We simply stay quiet. Step number 1. Step number 2. Oh, I love this person. Viktor E. Frankl. This Viktor E. Frankl, he has got a wonderful book, Man's Search for Meaning. If you all can note it, please note it down. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. He is a Holocaust survivor in World War II. He was in the concentration camp for 2.5 years or more, or whatever time it is. And he survived. He survived. No food, no clothing, biting cold, inhuman behavior, like animals. He survived because he said that I have this free will to choose my response. Let me not choose blame, anger, resentment, fault finding, attacking the other person in any way. Or there is one more way of attacking, passive aggression. The sound by which the wife will put the cooker on the stove can tell you she's angry. That is passive aggression. The sound by which the husband will close the door when he goes out, the wife will know he's angry. Passive aggression. Don't go those ways. Choose your response. We have this freedom to choose, to act from our higher self, to not act from our lower self. Sorry. After staying quiet, what to do? I'll quickly complete now in the interest of time. After staying quiet, look at all the violent thoughts which are coming in. Don't act on them. Look at them. Don't act on them. Look at them. You look, but you don't act. Look, but don't act. What is the second? What is the second step? Look, but don't act. Don't try to not look. I am not angry. I am not angry. He's shouting at, I am not angry. I am not angry. I am not angry. I am not angry. That anger will come out. How it will come out? Try to take an air ball. Take 2 air balls. Try to put them underwater. Hold them underwater. How long will you be able to hold the 2 balls under? Boop, it will come out. This artificial repression and suppression will not help. That anger will come out. So you look at those feelings, even to the point that, say, the wife wants to actually shout and abuse the husband. You abuse your husband internally, not externally. You look at that, oh, I am getting this urge to speak like this. The husband should see, oh, I am getting the urge to talk to her like this. Look at it. As soon as you look at it, it will come down. If you don't believe this, try this. We call this name the feeling, tame the mind. You name the feeling, you tame the mind. Look at those thoughts, don't act on those thoughts. Then those violent thoughts come because of my needs. You remember that chart? My needs which are not been fulfilled. Try to see those needs. Let him try to focus on his needs. I need to be respected. Make sense? If we don't look at needs, again we'll go to judging. Then express them. Point number 4, express them. Don't express with demands or deserving. You should do this. Again, we are back to square one. Or I deserve to be treated like this. No. The expression, this is nonviolent communication by Dr. Marcel Rosenberg. How do we express how do we make a request? Step number 1. Anybody? Step number 1? Stop. Step number 2? Step number 2? Look at the thoughts, don't act on it. Step number 3? Go to your needs. Step number 4? Express your needs, not judgments. Prabhu, time. 2 minutes? You remember the 4 steps? Anybody who doesn't remember the 4 steps?
You can remember it, difficult to practice.
I am there to help you for practice, sir. My duty is to help everybody practice. But if you don't value the theory, you will never be inclined towards practicing. There are so many things to do in this world. Why this? There are so many things. So, transforming your habitual responses requires conscious effort. This is no magic wand. Take a deep breath and instead of reacting immediately, pause. Anger perpetuates itself through enemy images. It is important to understand this and to work to eradicate these enemy images from our heart. It is part of the material disease and hinders our progress. Try to understand that every criticism or judgment is simply a distorted manifestation of an unmet need. Blaming and punishing will not help. Anger stems from unmet needs, not the other person. I have repeated this I don't know how many times. And there is a research which says in the next 1 hour, please be with me, in the next 1 hour, 50% of whatever I have said will vanish. In the next 24 hours, 70% of what I have said will vanish. This is a research on the learning curve by a very wonderful psychologist. So please bear that in mind. These things are going to go away after some time. And I'm requesting all of you with folded hands, with the best humility or gratitude which I have in my heart, please try to follow this. In your life, please replace the phrase, I am angry because you, because they. Please replace this with, I am angry because I need this. Thank you all very much for your attention. You have been a wonderful audience, tolerating for an hour. And if there is an urge, an angry urge coming from within towards the speaker, please stop. Look, but don't speak. Look at the need. The need was I wanted to spend 1 hour to learn something good about my profession. Why this fellow spent my 1 hour like this? And then the request. So, we don't have times for questions and answers. I would have loved to discuss more with you. But sorry, we have no time for this. So we'll stop here. Again, thank you very much. And we hope to see you all soon.